Well, there we go. That was a weird experience. Very weird indeed. I was trying, just checking that I'm live and on YouTube, which I am. I hope you can hear me. So that's the first thing we need to know, is if you can hear me. I did say 13:30, so 30 seconds to go. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm not sure whether you can see. So what I will do is if I pull, oh no, that's there. Let's put this down a little bit. There you go. I've got the Twitch shirt on anyway. Probably end up with my trolls again today. Oops, spark plug fouling. So I need to sort that out. Okay. So, spark vapor lock recharge. Can we fix this? Recharge, refill. 19%. Okay. Right, there's nobody here at the moment because it is midday, 1300 Zulu, 1330 Zulu in the UK. But what I thought I would do for the first time on YouTube is I would do a quick tour of CYZZ. CYZZ is by Global Arts, and Richard Nunes and his team created this amazing airport, CYYZ, which is Pearson International, excuse me, in Toronto. There's an imbalance, refill, recharge. What I will do, because my spark plugs are fouling, I need to get a move on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to taxi out here and go to the runway. That should sort out my spark plugs a little bit. So we're at CYZ. I've got Airport VS on here, as you can see, which is version 1.0.2, and I thought we'd just have a little fly around and have a look at CYYZ. Now, the reason why is because Global Arts have redone it. Well, they haven't redone it. It's been optimized. It's been fully optimized for Xplane 11, so therefore giving you better frame rates, and they've done a few odd bits and pieces. But I did do a review of this a while ago, and I thought it might be nice to come back to it and have a look. That's all. It's, you know, we're not doing anything super special. We're in the PA-28 Turbo, which is a beautiful aircraft, and I did do a review on this a while back, so that's on my channel somewhere. I like this because we've got dirty windows and all sorts of things. So let me just shut this down a moment, because I'm not quite sure whether you can hear this, so I need to make sure. And we'll turn up the volume on it on stuff. Here we go. So an environment volume as well. I will put my headset on shortly so I can hear it. Not that I need to. Hopefully I'm not being drowned out by the sounds of the engines, etc. Okay. So I just need to put Airport VS back on because I'm not quite sure where I am. There we go. This is a fabulous airport, absolutely superb. So just a quick fly around, quick have a look at the airport. It's I can't remember how many runways it's got. It's got quite a number of them, as you can see. I think it's got 4 runways. So 2 parallel runways, which means obviously you've got headings both ends, so there's 4 runways. I think it's 4. It might be more than that, actually. I'm also using XP Realistic as well. So we can see that the XP Realistic is on. I'll explain about that a little bit more as we go along. I've got that on a button on my joystick. So it's got to be next right. I think it's this one coming up. It's bound to be, isn't it? I'd guess. Yep, it's got to be this one, because the next one takes you across to 15 left and 33 right, I think, which is where I want to go. Yeah. But I'll go this way. I'm going to go to the end of the runway. Although I don't need to. But just give you, a chance to have a look around and see what's going on. Okay, so we are live on YouTube. I know that. And we're just having a toodle around CYYZ. You can see the weather's a little bit murky. We'll have a look at that properly in a little while and see what that comes up like. Okay, so I did put an announcement in Facebook that I'll be doing this at 13:30 Zulu. Maybe there's a lot of people in work. This house in unburned fuel accumulates. To avoid this, don't let the engine idle for too long. If you need to idle for long, okay, there we go. So, oh, it's 20%. Not good, not good. But we can get rid of that when we start flying. That will all sort itself out. It will clean up. I'm going to take a left here and then get onto the runway, I think. So, the weather is a bit cloudy. When I first came on, it was snowing, which is no surprise really in Toronto. But so we need some flap. This is a beautiful aircraft to fly, absolutely stunning. Okay, so we're coming up to the runway. Let's turn that off. XP Realistic. Okay, so this is XP Realistic is enhancements, and there are a large number of enhancements. And whoops, we can have a look at there's atmosphere, there's engine, rain, flaps, gear, ground roll, head movements. So head movements on breakers at 35%. So G-force effects is at 40%. Heading anticipation is at 30%. Let's just move that because the window is opening then. Natural head movement 60%. Pitch anticipation 50%. Roll anticipation 30%. We need that a bit higher. So we'll stick that up there. Taxi anticipation, we need that higher. Oh, no. We need that higher. Okay. And that'll do for the time being. Okay, let's get going. So, it's an excuse me, it's an enhancement package, so it means that what happens is that certain effects come into play. If you've ever flown with Track IR or Track AT or any of those types of things, as your head moves, your view moves. Now, what XP Realistic is, it's the same thing, but it's using software as opposed to hardware to create those effects. And you'll see what I mean once I get airborne. We are airborne, although it's a bit of a mean wind. Let's get the gear up. There goes the gear, nice and slow. Okay, so the gear's up, so let's get the flaps up and trim the aircraft out. Oh, it's very murky, as you can see. Far more than I anticipated, actually. But we'll cope. Okay, let's get. There's the wing view, and there's the other wing view, which is the one we want, so we can see the airport. So as you can see, huge airport, really well produced. No impact on frame rates whatsoever. No impact on frame rates at all. All done, of course, with the beautiful PBR rendering. Whoops, and all sorts of other stuff. It looks absolutely amazing. Looks. There we go. I was below idle speed. Beautiful airport. Let me just get my cockpit view back. There we go. So you can see XP Realistic at work there. You know, it kind of pulls over. I'm in the cockpit. I'm in the co-pilot view. There we go. And do this, and then we can see this airport. Right, that beeping is because I'm below idle speed. Now look at this. Now, one of the magnificent things about this is the road network that's been created. The elevated roadways with road signs on. I mean, all of this around here that you can see that I'm flying over has been created by Richard Nunes. The only problem is there's no traffic for some reason. And that's not my settings, because my settings would produce traffic. So there's a couple of cars appearing now. Don't forget, of course, that with Xplane, the longer you have it running, the traffic has to build up. So traffic is appearing, but not an awful lot. But that road network is just incredible. Really complex road network, which has been picked up by the OSM data, but also by Richard Nunez, who's added to it. So then when we come around, of course, you've got all these trees, and these are the new tree sets that have been done by Mr. X, which look really nice. Oops, there's a pylon there. Be careful we don't hit that. A navigation obstacle. As you see, as we come in over here now, around by the terminal, see I've got static aircraft on, so there's a load of American aircraft. There's some Alaska Airlines as well, but American mostly. WestJet there. I do like the WestJet livery. It's one of the nicest liveries there is. Okay, so it's a massive airport. This absolutely huge. It takes any kind of aircraft. Don't know whether it's got a situation where it can take A380s, but everything else up to A380s, so, A340s, 747s, 787, everything, which is pretty good. So exactly what you need. Right, so it looks as though my YouTube is locked up for some reason. I believe I'm still broadcasting. So I've got to try and have a look at this, see if I can figure out what's going on here. Oh yeah, definitely broadcasting over there on YouTube, but unfortunately there's a huge lag. Huge lag. I don't know what's gone on there, but yeah, definitely broadcasting on YouTube. So once again, coming around the terminal here, what I will do is we'll go to nighttime shortly, so you can have a look at that. Just coming over the Sheraton Hotel. I need to do a really close flyby of the Sheraton. You see down here, of course, you've got the monorail. A monorail that goes directly into the airport terminal, coming from out here. I feel sure that I'd actually seen a train on the monorail, but clearly not. So we have another main terminal here with beautiful roadwork, seamlessly blended in with the terminal buildings and such like. It's very, very good indeed, and it takes a lot of work doing those elevated roadways. I know that for sure. It really, really does. Okay, let's get a move on, as they say. Can I get? Oh, that's a bit risky, isn't it? We'll give it a go. Yeah, I'll probably take out those lampposts in my PA-28. So I'll just come around here, and then we'll fly by the Sheraton Hotel along the course of the monorail, so to speak. Alright, so I'll turn around here, and then we'll have a look at night time. We'll view all this at night in a moment. Excuse me for sniffling. I've been out all morning, and I'm a little bit hot after being out with the dog, going for long walks. Can I get around here? I don't think so. I'm going to have to come in from a different angle. See the flags there, fluttering, the Canadian flags. Air Canada hangars over here. The level of detail is superb. You see an airport like this, and you think, is it a 10? No, I can never give anything a 10, because 10's perfect, and nothing's perfect, is it? So I can't give it a 10, but I can give it a 9.5 easily. Absolutely superb, brilliant this is. Okay, just looking at the YouTube feed, and it's actually started now, so I don't know what the heck went wrong there, but I'm literally in the YouTube feed. I'm just taxiing out. Right, so let's slow down a bit. Let's get some flat to help me slow down, and we come in over the flags, and we'll just have a look here as we fly by in between the Sheraton Hotel and the terminal. I'm gonna have to get a bit of speed here to get over this bit. Yep, there we go. Get the flaps off. Amazing, absolutely superb. This is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. The quality of the build is just incredible. So, you wonder how long does a person spend on something like this. Let's go to nighttime. Can I go to nighttime? Yes, I can. So we're night time, and just having a quick shifty around. Shifty, for those of you who don't know, means a look at. Yeah, it's the English language is crazy. Right, so let's come around here. Itchy nose. But there's the sun just going down. Let's just come over the airport now. So what I'll do is I'll come over the main terminals here, and then we'll go down and we'll have a look at the other side of the runway there, and then come back around and have a landing, I think. So the level of detail, it's really, really good. I mean, I've got static aircraft on, and it looks like a busy living airport. The only thing wrong with this, the only thing I would say, it's not a negative, but it is something that probably needs looking at, and there's no ground vehicles. An airport this busy would be an incredible hive of activity. You know, there'd be ground traffic, ground vehicles moving about all over the place, and ground vehicles would be moving about even if there was no aircraft there, because you know, without those ground vehicles, an airport would not live. It would not exist. So you've got general aviation parking around here. Also, you've got some of the Air Canada hangars and offices and buildings around here. So let's have a look on the other side of the airfield. Strange that, you know, yesterday, I don't know how many viewers we had. We had quite a number of viewers yesterday, and then today it's all gone to pot. Clearly, and I think probably because the weather's nice, people will be out walking or taking their dogs out or going to the pub or the bar, depending on which part of the world you're in, or just going to a cafe. So here's the other side. I'm wondering if this is cargo. I was going to say it was domestic, but it isn't. This is cargo side. There may be some domestic flights here, but I know that it's cargo because you've got FedEx and like over here. I'm pretty sure. Although there's some big aircraft there. Maybe they do fly. But I suspect more that it's local airline companies, regional, more than anything, and cargo. You've got all these empty static stands over here. Incredible. You can never imagine an airport being empty. Okay, so I'm going to come around. I'm going to land into the wind. I took the wind, but I'm going to land with the wind, into the wind rather. So let's get around here. Go out towards this highway over here. People always ask me, how do you manage to change day and night like that? It's easy. It's Shift, K and L. I can't remember which way time goes. I think L advances time and K reverses time. So Shift L or Shift K, and then you can just change. You can change from day to night. Okay. You see the traffic building up a little bit now on the roads. So the roads outside the airport, they've got moving vehicles, but all the road networks within the airport environment, they haven't got any moving vehicles. It's a shame, that. It's a real shame. Because you see that these vehicles are default. Right, let's get some flap. Let's pull that down. Let's put the gear down. Let's see if we can get to land on one of these runways. Probably we'll go to the left-hand side, I think. There's a few more. What does it say? There's a few hundred more meters on the left in terms of distance to fly, so I can fly to it. Alright, so coming around for that runway heading, I'll just line up on the lights and more than anything else. There we are. So here we are, we're lined up on the lights. just doing about 65 knots, which is a bit ragged for this aircraft. It likes to fly fast. You see that crosswind there? So I'll just hold the aircraft here. You can see that I'm using right rudder and left aileron here just to keep it a little bit even, and as we sink to the runway, here we go. That's XP realistic, you know, giving you that kind of realistic bounce there. Not bounce, but you know, shake and shudder and vibration. Really good. Marvellous little airport, really, really nice. CYYZ, it's by Global Arts, Richard Nunez. And the only reason that I've done this is because, as I say, it's been updated. They've updated it to optimise it better. As you can see, the weather's pretty lousy, visibility has dropped. But I was using the PA-28 Warrior, so you know, study level aircraft in a very complex airport, and no problems whatsoever in terms of frames per second. Absolutely superb. Can't ask for anything more in my book. Whoops. Let's slow down a bit, otherwise I'm going to find myself in no end of problems here. Okay. Well, I see no reason why not. Might as well come off here. Oh, well, successful broadcast, I hope. We will check that out, make sure it was successful. Let's get off the runway. There we are. That'll do, as they say. That'll do. Phew. So hot. Okie dokie, there you go, and we'll see you all soon. Take care, and next week we'll do something proper. I'll do you know, a proper broadcast of some nature. I'm not still quite not sure what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to be using YouTube Live a lot more. As a way of implementing the social media aspect of Xplane Dedicated. Okay, I'll see you soon. As we say, cheerio. And now I have to turn everything off.